Okay. Mm, Hello guys. So I know the camera is a little changed, and it's not because I mean I'm just I'm just playing out. Like I don't really plan this out. Uh, I wanted to change the camera and see how it looks, so we're gonna test it out in this stream. And uh, yeah. So I don't know why the fuck YouTube Studio is open. Sorry about that. Close that. Uh, let's come back to HTB. And today we will be starting off with our main agenda. So, in the previous stream, what I was basically doing was completing a previous module that I wanted to complete a long time ago, and it's still not completed. The last section is remaining, and I plan on completing the last section within the next three streams. Yeah. Uh, this is also another module, the web request module. So, let me go back a little, show you guys a bunch of stuff. So in HTB, if you are planning on getting certifications like I am, I plan on getting the bug bounty hunter certification. In order to qualify for the exam, you need to complete the bug bounty hunter track. I'm currently enrolled in that track, and I've already completed one module, JavaScript deobfuscation. I did this separately for some other path, and yeah. Anyways, I don't remember all of it. Like I remember most of it, but not all of it. So once I'm done with all of the modules, I'll take a day or two to revise and get my thoughts and straightened out. Anyways, uh, I think I already showed you guys like um how I've decided to basically appear. So I plan on appearing sometime in April. And before April, I plan on completing all of these modules. I have given myself like a template, or not a template, or more of a schedule as to which module I'll be doing first and how many days I'll be doing. And technically, there is no order to the module except for the one that's already been shown. Uh, I mean, I'll just pick the first one and just go to the next and go to the next and go to the next. I don't see the point of making my own uh order because um, I think somewhere at the start of the HTTP fundamentals courses, you will see that uh, they have this whole thing about making sure that you follow the order that has been provided to you in your module or in your path or whatever. So it's best to stick with it. Anyways, they still have the streak issue going on, but I have retained my streak. Yeah, it's back. I don't know if you guys saw it yesterday or not, but this was zero. Um, it's not supposed to be zero because I mean it was supposed to be three. This should have been completed anyways. Okay. Uh, so in the bug bounty hunter path, we have a bunch of modules. The first one is going to be web requests. It's a fundamental module. The difficulty is fundamental, so it should be pretty easy basically. Um, Easier than the easy modules. And then we will move on to the web applications, which is also fundamental. And basically, within this week, or I guess the first, within the first uh, 2 days of the next week, I plan on completing both of these modules because I believe this module is smaller. The web request one is smaller. It has like only 8 sections, I guess. So this one can be completed quite quite fast. So it's not gonna take me a lot of time, like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, only has eight sections. So this is easy, right? The other one has a lot of sections, web applications. Um, this one has a bunch of sections. Let me check out how many sections in total. Uh, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, almost around 17 sections. Does it not say 17 anywhere else? Like, I want to count it again and again. Oh wow. So in total, there are 268 sections. Crazy. Okay. So let's and if you look at my stream, you would see that I have some goals written, right? The goals are essentially just they're gonna change like according to my schedule, but for the time being, the goal is not specific to just one stream, right? Like I can move on with the same goals in my next stream as well. So I'm a bit flexible about the goals, you know. Uh, as long as the module is completed on time, according to the schedule time, I'm okay, you know. Anyways, let's uh, let's see the goals again. So if you hover over to the goals, you'll see that I have one dash, which means one dash and some string. One dash and some string means this is basically the name of the module, and two dashes mean well, uh, fuck two dashes. Three dashes mean the name of the section, and two dashes mean the name of the cluster of sections. So what does that mean? So if I were to go back to web requests, you will see that I have web requests after one dash, and after two dashes, I have written HTTP fundamentals, which is a cluster, which is the name of the cluster of sections. Sections are in these individual tabs, right? And as you can see that I haven't written any three dashes after that because I plan on completing all four of them. Uh, the goal is to complete all four of them, so it's just stupid to write all of them individually. Just write this name. Write this name. As for in the getting started module, the getting started module is part of the pen testing path. It's a fundamental path. It's a fundamental module, and the last the last section is left out, and we'll do it sometime later. I don't think we should start with that section because I kind of want to do CBBH, right? I want to try to do the CBBH certificate. The what's next or the knowledge check section is something additional. So let's just do this. Anyways, that's enough. Let's just start studying, I guess. Okay. Well, by the way, I just came back from my job, so I'm a little wonky right now. Right. So we start with the hypertext transfer protocol. Easy. Today, the majority of applications we use constantly interact with the internet. Oh yeah, one more thing. I guess most of you don't know how I do the note taking thing. If you're new or something, so I take notes on Notion, and right now this is HTTP pen testing. I should create a new um yeah, I should definitely create a new, I don't know what it's called, uh, page, I guess. Yeah, what should I call this page? Let's just call it CBBH because that's what we're starting with. CB, can't think to type. Oh, CBBH. Set and yeah, let's start with module one. I was thinking of dividing modules, like writing the module name and then dividing it in sections, right? So module one, which is web requests, and then if I were to hover again, uh, in the module we have other pages. So this is section one, which is yeah, copy this text transfer protocol, and yeah, this is where the actual notes will be taking place. For this, I guess I can just okay, well, never mind, very nice. this is already coming here. That's pretty cool. Nice. Uh, yeah. So let's just go over there, and yeah, start. I won't take the notes in front of you guys because I have to keep on switching tabs, and I have two screens. Unfortunately, I won't be able to show you my second screen because I can only stream one screen at a time. I mean, I can stream both screens, but then I'll have to keep switching, and you know, it's just gonna mess up the view. I don't know if there's a way I can show both of my screens in one display. I think I can, but that's just it's gonna look too clustered and too messy. So you guys are gonna have to squint your eyes to see what's going on. That's just not good experience. Anyways, uh, yeah, expand it a little to full screen. I also use
Known streaks issue. We're fixing a streaks.
this reader. I forgot its name. Oh shit, I really forgot its name. Extension is read once or read me. I don't know. It's not even. It's an extension which reads the web pages because I kind of like to listen to something and I want to listen to songs right now. So
Issue this week.
rather
Your
listen
streaks are
to this AI voice read out the whole web page to me. Yeah.
safe. Today, the majority of the applications we use constantly interact with the internet, both web and mobile applications. Most internet communications are made with web requests through the HTTP protocol. HTTP is an application-level protocol used to access the World Wide Web resources. The term hypertext stands for text containing links to.
Also, I feel like for anyone who's here, I mean, if they're here, they should be able to listen to music, right? Um, I have the YouTube Premium, and I'm just wondering if I can play songs on stream using YouTube Premium. Can I stream YT Prem mu- YT music on while streaming on YouTube? While streaming on YouTube, while live streaming on YouTube, can I? Don't use copyrighted music or any other content without permission, hence to avoid copyright infringement. Blah, 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 blah. You should only use content that you have created yourself or that is covered by a Creative Commons license that allows commercial use. Uh, okay. So we use copyright-free music. Also, it's from Tune Pocket. What the fuck is Tune Pocket, bro? Anyways, uh, I mean, I personally say fuck it. Play, where in the fuck is it? I don't know what taste you guys have in music, so I'll just play my own playlist. I mean, it's not my playlist. YouTube kind of recommended it to me, and I really want to listen to the song, but if I play songs, then I will hear it as well. They will be playing out. Hmm. I'll have to figure it out. I think I'm wasting time if I do this right now. Like, maybe it's maybe sometime later. Okay.
Other resources in text that the readers can easily interpret. HTTP. Today, the majority of the applications we use constantly interact with the internet, both web and mobile applications. Most internet communications are made with web requests through the HTTP protocol. HTTP is an application-level protocol used to access the World Wide Web resources. The term hypertext stands for text containing links to other resources in text that the readers can easily interpret. HTTP communication consists of a client and a server, where the client requests the server for a resource. The server processes the requests and returns the requested resource. The default port for HTTP communication is port 80, though this can be changed to any other port. depending on the web server configuration. The same requests are utilized when we use the internet to visit different websites. We enter a fully qualified domain name, FQDN, as a uniform resource locator, URL, to reach the desired website, like www.hackthebox.com. URL. Resources over HTTP are accessed via a URL, which offers many more specifications than simply specifying a website we want to visit. Let's look at the structure of a URL. Here is what each component stands for. Component example description. Scheme http://https:// This is used to identify the protocol being accessed by the client, and ends with a colon and a double ///. User info admin password. This is an optional component that contains the credentials, separated by a colon, smiley face, used to authenticate to the host, and is separated from the host with an @ sign, at. Hostinla.anyfreight.com. The host signifies the resource location. This can be a host name or an IP address. Port 80. The port is separated from the host by a colon, smiley face. If no port is specified, HTTP schemes default to port 80 and HTTPS default to port 443. Path/dashboard.php. This points to the resource being accessed, which can be a file or a folder. If there is no path specified, the server returns the default index, e.g. index.html. Query string, login equals true. The query string starts with a question mark, and consists of a
Whoa,
parameter.
whoa, 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 whoa. Wait, coming back to the path, this points to the resource being accessed, which can be a file or folder. If there is no path specified, server returns to the default index, example index.html. Okay, and query string.
E.g. login, and a value, e.g. true. Multiple parameters can be separated by an ampersand, and. Fragments. Number status fragments are processed by the browsers on the client side to locate sections within the primary resource, e.g. a
Header or section on the page. Okay. So query string, and then we have fragments. So I know what query strings are. The query string starts with question mark and consists of parameters, simple login and a value, example true. Multiple parameters can be separated by ampersand. Fragments are supposed to be browsers on the client's processed by the browsers on the client side to locate sections where within the primary source number header section. Okay. So we can pass fragments after the hash command. After the question mark, we can pass in your query strings. After the slash, you pass in your path. After at, you pass in your domain, and after colon, you pass in your port. After the double slash, you pass in your user credentials, and for that you have your protocol. Cool. I mean, I already know. I already knew it. I already knew till this part. Uh, this fragment part is something that's new to me. I didn't know this. Right? So, I think we should take a note of this, and same time we should right, yeah, create some notes, some capacity. Okay, wait for a second. I'll fix this. There we go. My bad. Uh, so you consist of a client and a server where the client requests server for the server possible. Sites we attribute. We enter FQDN as a URL to as a URL. Okay. Things are started to make sense to me. It's coming back to me. Started to become unhazed, as one might say. Uh, it's something of it. Heading one says Uh, Um, communication takes place between a client server where it sends a request server app ask and HTTP or HTTP protocol. Uh, by default, server goes to port 80 if HTTP is used. Otherwise, it's port 443. Um, uh, uh, use HTTP 4443 HTTPS. What else is there? Uh, hmm, generate FQDN, URL when we search something like, yeah, Hackathon. Okay. Uh, Now let's go to heading one, which is your URL. I kind of like this picture. It's quite self-explanatory, so I'm gonna take a screenshot of this picture and just paste it here. So, in past, if the thing is, if thing is, if the thing is passed, we resort to default index, which most index.php, index.html, my bad, index.html, and yeah, uh, um, fragments. Fragments are essentially we view client side, and handle browser to segregate different sections of the web page like heading, headings, titles, etc. Hmm. Yeah. Anything else in the URL? Not all components are required to access the resource. God, I'm so sleepy. The main, uh, the main mandatory field are the schema and the host, without which the request would have no resource. Okay, let's go down. Let's go down the rabbit hole. Uh, HTTP file. Oof. My God, I'm so
Header or
sleepy.
section on the page. Not all the diagram above presents the anatomy of an HTTP request at a very high level. The first time a user enters the URL, inlaanyfreight.com, into the browser, it sends a request to a DNS, domain name resolution, server to resolve the domain and get its IP. The DNS server looks up the IP address for inlaanyfreight.com and returns it. All domain names need to be resolved this way, as a server can't communicate without an IP address. Note, our browsers usually first look up records in the local /etc/hosts file, and if the requested domain does not exist within it, then they would contact other DNS servers. We can use the /etc/hosts to manually add records to for DNS resolution, by adding the IP followed by the domain name. Once the browser gets the IP address linked to the requested domain, it sends a GET request to the default HTTP port, e.g. 80, asking for the root/path. Then, the web server receives the request and processes it. By default, servers are configured to return an index file when a request for / is received. In this case, the contents of index.html
Wait
are
a second, something must have happened. Once the browser gets the IP address and link to the requested domain, it sends a GET request to the default HTTP port, example 80, asking for the root path. So wait, sorry. What's so the user sends back the IP. We send a GET request to the web server, requesting its root, requesting the root what? The root path. Yeah, asking for the root path. So we we ask it for a root path, and the response is given to us. That's the idea. Then the web server receives the request and processes it, but default servers are configured to return an index file when a request for root is received. In this case, the contents of index.html are read and returned by the web server as an HTTP response. The response also contains the status code example 200, okay, which indicates that the web request was successfully processed. The web browser then renders the HTML contents and presents it to the user. So basically, that's pretty cool. What's basically saying is that once first time we hit someone up, we first go to the DNS, which gives us the IP. Once the IP is received, we make a GET request to the IP. Once the GET request is done, the GET request contains information requesting the path to root. And once we do that, the web server basically returns us with an index.html. Once we get the index.html, we have status code 200 as over here. The response also contains status code 200, which indicates that the request was successfully processed. Cool. And once this is done, then the web browser renders the index.html content and presents it to the user. The mod This module is mainly for HTTP web requests. For more HTML applications, you may refer to the introduction to application module. Ooh, bro, my God, I don't think I can complete it, man. I mean, my brain is just I'm sleepy, man. This is not the right time for me to be streaming. So I'm gonna complete this module, sleep, and then I'm gonna wake up again and uh try my level best to finish it up later. The rest of the module. So we might see a part 3 stream. Because right now my brain is just dead, boy. Oof. Even though it's just 7 at the moment. Yeah, it's 7. I need like a I need like a 30-minute power nap. Maybe I can just get a power nap on stream. Yeah. Anyways, I should write this down. Because this whole requesting the EDC thing was new to me. Uh, low. What was it? HTTP flow? Yeah, HTTP flow. HTTP. My bad. Heading 1, HTTP below. When we make a request for the first time, make an HTTP request to some server server for the first time, comma, our request gets delivered to DNS to fetch for the IP of domain name we shared. Once we get the IP, comma, we then send which students send a get request to server to server asking for the path to root um path to root and the server receives the request. This is it and returns the path uh, which by default is file index.html. I'm a little curious about one thing though. We requested a path, and instead of returning the path, it returns the index by default. Servers are configured to return the index file when requested for. Okay, this is and the server receives the request, processes it, and returns the path, which returns the index.html file instead. This default setting. This is the default setting. Our browser then takes the index.html file, comma, and then renders it so we can view the content. Cool, right? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, do we have a question? We do have a question in the end, okay? That's good, Carl. In this module, we will be sending web requests to two of the most important tools for any web penetration tester, a web browser like Chrome or Firefox, and the curl command line tool. Web penetration tester. Oops. Okay. Uh, Client URL is command line tool and library that primarily supports HTTP along with many other protocols. This makes it a good candidate for scripts as well as automation, making it essential for sending various types of web requests from the command line. It is necessary for many types of web penetration tests. This makes it a good candidate. Anyway. We can send a basic HTTP request to any URL by using any argument for curl as follows. Yeah. Okay. Cool. We can see that the curl does not render the HTML, unlike a web browser, but prints it in raw format. However, as penetration tester, we are primarily interested in the request and response context, which usually becomes much faster and more convenient than a web browser. We may also Use curl to download a page or file and output the content into a file using the dash O flag. If you want to specify the output file name, you can use the dash O flag and specify the name. Otherwise, you can use dash zero and curl will use the remote file name as follows index.html. Well, as we can see, the output was not printed this time, but rather saved into index.html. Curl will print out some status while processing the request view against silent status with the dash s flag call. We notice that the curl will print out some status as well. Then this time curl did not print anything as the output was not saved in the index.html file. Finally, we see using finally we may use the dash h flag to read. What other options we may find using curl? Oh my god. As is the above mentioned, we may use help all to print more defined versions of the my head is spinning right now. Print the details. Help of a specific flag if you ever need to read more detailed information. We can use man curl to view the default curl page. Oh god, my head is spinning. To get the flag, start the above exercise, then you could download the file returned by PHP in the server shown above. Oh, just need to curl. This is the IP on the port slash download download.php. Uh, and then I'm just supposed to get my virtual machine will download would open faster than the browser. There you go. Curl. HTTP 94.237.54.116.39 309 slash downloaded.php. Okay, I didn't find it. Debug can use downloaded नहीं था download है. There we go. This is the flag. Uh, okay. Well, I'm gonna take some break. Pearl, there's nothing useful about Pearl. So, platform. Instead of rendering code comma and which is useful for the pen tester. Will contain hidden info which Rather remind me with both. Though, alright. Now my head is spinning and I am done. Oh god. Okay. This is it for now. Um, we'll continue. We'll continue maybe in a few hours or tomorrow. I'll see. I'll see what I can do. Anyway.